As you know that there is no way to connect to an heterogeneous source through Oracle database, this article will help you to know the steps that that can connect to a heterogeneous source through Oracle database. Now, we here are taking MS Access as a source, which contains a database called as MS Access underscore .db1, and in that we have a table called expense underscore categories, and the target we are taking as Oracle database, which has a user called expense underscore wh. Now, the first step that we need to do here is create a DSN that points to the MS Access database. For that, you need to create a DSN first. I've already created a shortcut here. Here I have already created a DSN that is pointing to MS Access database. For selecting the database, you need to click the select button. You select whichever database in whichever drive it is. You say OK. Then you go to advanced. This step is optional. For security purposes, you can have a login name as well as a password. Once you have done with that, select OK, and then you again select OK. Then you say OK here, and now once you're done with creating your DSN, you need to go into your admin folder, which is located in Oracle /product/ the version of your database /db_1 network and admin. In that there are two files called as listener.ora file and tnsnames.ora file. In these two files, you need to make an entry about the DSN that you have created. For that, you have to double click it. I go to my listener and I select copy and paste the above entry as it is. Make sure you keep some spaces. I write my SID name as my DSN. I say Ctrl S, I save it. Once I have saved it, I close my file. Now I go to tnsnames.ora as it is already open. Now I select the above entry as it is and I paste it. Once I'm done with that, I rename it my TNS entry name as my DSN. My DSN. My SID name will also change, as well as my service name will also change. Once you're done with that, you save this and close this file. Once you have closed this file, now you need to go to your other folder called as HS. In that you have a folder called admin. In this folder you need to create copy and paste init HS odbc ora file and rename it to init my DSN file. Once you've copy pasted and renamed this file, you need to double click this file, and here in this init parameters, the first entry will be your DSN name and the second entry will be your trace level. The trace level is optional, you can keep it as 1 as 2 as per your requirement, but the name here will be the name of a DSN. Once you're done with this, save it and close it. Once you're done with all the entries, close all these files. Now what you do is you create an instance and you name that instance as my DSN. Your instance is created. Once an instance is created, you need to get connected to your database. I say sys as. Once you're done with that, now you need to create a database link. I say my DSN connect to my DSN identified by my DSN using single quotes my DSN. I cross check it. I say create database link my DSN connect to my DSN identified by my DSN using my DSN. I press enter. Once your database link is created, you need to restart your services, that is your Oracle or our db10g underscore home DNS listener, as well as your Oracle service DSN. I say refresh and I restart it. Once you're done with that, you need to restart your DNS listener as well. Once you're done with that, you need to minimize it and you can directly fire a query here. This expense underscore categories is a table in my MS Access database, and my DSN is the name of the DSN that I've created. And this is how the data is retrieved from MS Access to Oracle. Once you're done with that, you need to populate the data from this table into your OWB. For that, once you go to a design center, you log in with the owner name. You need to select the project in which you want to import your data. In that, you go to non-Oracle, expand it, then you go to ODBC, select it, click new, right click and say new. You get a wizard, say next. In that, you type the name, any name as you want. I say MS Access. Say next. It will by default give you a location as location 1. Say edit the location and just say MS Access underscore location. Give a username to it. I say MS Access. Give a password for it. I say MS Access. Your host will be your local host for this scenario. The service name will be name of the DSN that you have created. And I say test connection. I say OK. I say next. And I say finish. Once you have said finish, the import metadata wizard will automatically appear. Again say next. You select with the types, object types that you want to import, that is a table, a view or a synonym. Accordingly, you select the tables or the views, as there are, I say expense underscore categories, that is a table in my MS Access database. I click this tab here, button here, and I say next. Once I have said next, you need to say finish and it will import the table for you. Once the table is imported, you say OK. You right click it, you see the tables and you see expense underscore categories here. To view the data, you right click it and you say data, and this is the data then in this table. Now, hope this article has helped you with the steps to connect to an heterogeneous source like MS Access. You can also do this for SQL database. For any Oracle tools, technologies, applications, related services, don't forget to contact Oracle Gold Partner IB Logic Technologies Private Limited. Thank you.